So we are connecting mathematics to our day-to-day activities. And today's lesson is on proper fractions. Let's say Amma has an orange and she divides this orange into 3 equal parts and give 2 portions to Kojo and 1 portion to Kwame. What is the fraction that represent, or what is the fraction representation for Kojo? Now, Kojo will have this portion and that portion. So the fraction representation for Kojo is equal to 2 out of 3. But when you do this representation, you can easily see that of Kwame. So we can see that Kwame would also have this representation 1 out of 3. Now, let's say Michael was given a sum of 10 cedis as his daily allowance, and then he used 6 cedis for transportation and 3 cedis on fruits, and he was left with 1 cedi. And this is the representation. Michael can change this 10 cedis into 1 cedis and get 10 of the 1 cedis. And this 10 of the 1 cedi is the same as the 10 cedis, which is the whole we are talking about. So the divisions are the 1 cedis, 10 of them, which is equivalent to the 10 cedis. And that is the whole money he possessed. One may ask, why didn't he change into 5 cedis, which will give us 2 of the 5 cedis, which will give us 10 cedis. One may also ask, why didn't he change it into 2 cedis, which 5 of them could also give us the 10 cedis. We are finding in unit of 1 because in unit of 1, one can easily count and get whatever numbers that you want to get out of it, irrespective whether it is even or odd. So for example, if Michael changes his money into 2 cedis and we would want to find 3 cedis, it will be difficult for him. And so the 1 cedi will be a better representation. That is why we want our units to be in ones, so that you can easily view it and do your calculations with that. So the whole money is the bar of soap, which has been represented here, and it has been divided into 10 equal portions. Now he gives 6 portions for his transportation. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this 6 would represent the transportation and the fruits. I think there was some miscounting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 will land here. Then, okay, so 1, 2, 3. They will land here. So that is for the fruits. And 1 cedi was left. If you want to find the fraction that was allocated for transportation, which has been represented with T, then the fraction of the money spent on transportation is going to be 6 divided by 10. In the same sense, let's say a woman purchased a dozen of panties and distributed it among his 3 daughters in this manner. The first one had 2, the second daughter received 4 panties, and the third one had 6. So it means that the whole of the dozen, which is 12 panties in 1 dozen. So you realize that the whole dozen is what has been represented with this bar of soap. and the divisions were done across it. So the first daughter received two of the portions. So we can see this is for the first, and the other four for the second daughter. So this is for the second. The whole of this portion is for the third person. So the fraction that represents for the first daughter is 2 out of 12. The second daughter is equivalent to 4 out of 12. And the third daughter, it is equivalent to 6 out of 12. Let's say that one received 2,000 Ghana cedis as his salary. So 2,000 Ghana cedis as his salary. And this is how he spent the salary within the month. So he used 500 cedis for his rent. So his rent, the fraction that represents the rent will be 500 divided by 2,000. The fraction that represents the transportation will be equal to 500 divided by 2,000. For savings, it will be equal to 100 divided by 2,000. For food, it will be equal to 700 divided by 2,000. For clothing, the fraction will be equal to 200 divided by 2,000. Now let's see the nature of a proper fraction. In proper fraction, you can always see that your numerator is smaller. So it is a part of a whole section. And so this is 6 cedis out of the 10 cedis, which is giving you a smaller numerator than the denominator. And that is a proper fraction because we are taking part of a whole. So we can reduce this into smaller bits. So 2 goes here, 3, and 2 goes here, 5. This will give us 3 out of 5. You can do same for all of them if we find a number that can go through. So this 2 can go, this 2 can go. 5 goes into itself 1 and goes into 20 4 times. So we can see rent represents 1 out of 4 and so on. In all, you realize that your numerator is smaller than the denominator. What it means is that if we have a proper fraction like the one that we just represented over here, then it lies in between 0 and 1. Now let's look at it. So we have 4 divisions because the denominator is 4. So this is 1, this is 2, I have 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So the first one will give me 1 out of. So in proper fraction, it can always be represented as in between 0 and 1. And always the numerator is smaller than the denominator.